Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the longer version of This Is Fate. Preeta was shocked after hearing Sherlyn and Prithvi discussing about how they are going to steal the Luthra property papers from her. So let's continue. Preeta was shocked after hearing Sherlyn and Prithvi discussing on how they will steal the Luthra property papers from her. Preeta, while walking in the hall, thinks that she got a great plan because Prithvi and Sherlyn are fighting because they think that she does not have the papers in the house. But if she brings the property papers to the house, then this will give her the chance that she needs, because when both Sherlyn and Prithvi will be planning to transfer the ownership of the Luthra empire to their name, then she will file a complaint against them to get them arrested. Preeta wonders how she can transfer this news to Prithvi that she has the property papers in the house and not at the bank. Preeta thinks that if she says it directly to Prithvi, then it would become suspicious. Preeta sees Girish and Girish tells Preeta that she is being called for the breakfast. Preeta sits at the dining table and Karan comes there asking that where is Girish. Preeta tells Karan that she sent Girish outside and Karan replies that he did not ask Preeta and he is only talking to his family. Preeta replies that she is also just telling everyone that she has sent Girish outside. Samru says that both Karan and Preeta looks really cute when they fight like this, and Karan asks that what is Samru saying because he doesn't like it when anyone says that he is looking cute and he just ate that word. Karina asks both Karan and Samru to have their breakfast and they should stop fighting. Grandma also asks Raki to have breakfast with them, but Raki replies that she is not feeling well, so she would go and rest. Raki asks Preeta for her permission before she leaves, and Preeta at first replies that Raki doesn't need her permission, but then Preeta realizes that she needs to act like the owner of the house in front of everyone, and Preeta feels bad that Raki had to ask for her permission before she leaves the table, and Preeta thinks in her mind that everything will be the same as before really soon. Preeta sees Prithvi coming and Prithvi sits down thinking that he knows that Preeta is really angry to see him in this house, and Preeta wonders where is Sherlyn because she wants everyone to hear her when she receives an important call really soon. Preeta receives a call from the bank manager and she asks that why is the manager calling her during the breakfast hour. Preeta is shocked to hear the news regarding the renovation at the bank, and she says that it cannot happen like this because the locker contains an important document because of which she is the owner of this property, and without the document, then she will be nothing. Preeta advised the manager to only allow a lawyer to access the locker and he alone will be the one to give her the papers in her house, and Preeta ends the call. Preeta stands up going to the table and she thinks that now that she has asked the lawyer to bring the property papers to the Luthra house from the bank, then Prithvi will surely try to steal the papers from her and he will surely get trapped in the trap that she has already set for him. Preeta turns to walk away, but Karan stops her, asking her to have the breakfast before she leaves. Preeta asks that why is Karan so concerned about her, asking if Karan wants her property papers. Hearing what Preeta said, everyone is really shocked. Kritika asks Karan if he prefers insult in the morning because Preeta doesn't even reply nicely to him and they don't like it at all. Prithvi advised Kritika to calm down and have her breakfast. Prithvi walks into the room and Sherlyn is waiting for him. Sherlyn tells Prithvi that she needs to talk with him because her lawyer said that they need the property papers urgently, and after that, the lawyer will remove Preeta's name and enter the name of Prithvi in the papers. Prithvi replies that he is a businessman and he is not interested in using that cheap techniques. Prithvi tells Sherlyn that he makes strategies and then he only walks ahead, and Sherlyn must not be so shocked because he knows that if he refuses to steal the property papers, then Sherlyn would agree to steal it, but he is going to tell Sherlyn now that a lot of people are interested in stealing the papers from Preeta. Sherlyn asks Prithvi that who else is planning to steal the papers from Preeta, asking if it is Kritika. Prithvi explains that he knows it all and he knows that other family members would definitely be trying to steal the papers from Preeta, so why is Sherlyn behaving like this? Sherlyn asks that why is Prithvi acting like this because Preeta is ruling over them and she does not like to be under Preeta, so they need to act fast. Sherlyn says that Prithvi is not doing anything because he always feels nice if Preeta is around him, which is why Prithvi is not doing anything, but she will steal those papers from Preeta because it is their last chance, and Sherlyn angrily walks out of the room. Karina, standing in the room, thinks that she can steal the property papers from Preeta today, and it is now or never. Karan walks into the room with Kritika, and Karina tells Karan that she wants to talk with him. Karina asks Kritika to close the door, and Karan asks that what is the matter, that Karina is asking Kritika to close the door. Karina asks Karan to listen to her suggestion first before saying anything. Karan asks if Kritika knows about anything that Karina wants to tell him, but Kritika says that she doesn't know anything. Karan asks Karina that what does she wants to tell him. Karina asks Karan to steal the property papers from Preeta because Preeta has kept the papers in Karan's room. Karan refused to steal the papers from Preeta, and Kritika asks Karan to at least think about what her mom is saying because she is right. Karan asks Karina that what has she become now that she wants to be involved in all this ridiculous plan. Karina explains that Preeta is treating them all like puppets and she disgraced them all in front of everyone. So would they fold their hands and watch? Karina says that even yesterday at the party, Preeta blamed them all for the condition of Mahesh because what was the need to call the judge and the lawyer to the party? Karina blames that Preeta did this only to cause embarrassment for them all, and Karina asks Karan to steal the papers. Karan says that he accepts that Preeta might be wrong, but he will not himself become wrong in the process, so he will not steal the papers from Preeta, and Karan leaves from there. Karina thinks that she has made the plan, and she will not allow Preeta to rule this house, so she is going to steal all the papers from Preeta. Prithvi is standing in the room thinking about how Sherlyn suggested that they should steal the papers from Preeta. Sherlyn enters and asks that what does Prithvi think about her plan. Prithvi replies that his answers would always remain the same because he will not steal those papers and Sherlyn must stop irritating him. Sherlyn in anger asks if she has become an irritation for Prithvi now, and Prithvi gets frustrated and he leaves the room. Sherlyn thinks that she was always working to make sure that Prithvi becomes the owner of the Luthra Empire, but not anymore because now she wants those papers for herself, and now she will steal the papers from Preeta, and she herself will become the most powerful in the Luthra house because she is tired of acting as the good daughter-in-law. Sherlyn vows to get the papers for herself, and Shruti hears Sherlyn planning to steal the papers for herself. Sherlyn noticed that Shruti is spying on her, and Sherlyn asks that what is Shruti doing. Shruti enters the room asking that what is Sherlyn doing in the room of Prithvi. Sherlyn replies that it is not Shruti's concern, and Shruti explains that Sherlyn will soon have to answer all the questions without any difficulty. Girish comes to the room bringing coffee for Prithvi, and Shruti tells Sherlyn that she would give the answer to everyone soon, and Shruti leaves the room. Sherlyn tells Girish that Prithvi is not in the room, so Girish can search for him outside and tell him that his coffee is inside the room. Preeta is walking in the room and Shruti comes there asking that what happened. Preeta immediately closes the door, saying that she desperately wants Prithvi to get arrested as soon as possible. Shruti asks Preeta that how would they get Prithvi arrested, and does Preeta have any plan? Preeta explains that Prithvi is really happy because Mahesh had to go back to the basement and he saw how angry everyone from the family is and they were scolding her. But Shruti stops Preeta, saying that Preeta is the owner of the house, so how did anyone scold her? Preeta says that there is no need to always speak, but sometimes people can scold someone while staying quiet. Preeta says that she saw how depressed all the family were yesterday after Mahesh was sent back to the basement, and Prithvi was happy seeing that, so Prithvi went to celebrate with Sherlyn. Shruti is shocked to hear that Prithvi and Sherlyn are truly still together, and Shruti asks Preeta if both Sherlyn and Prithvi are really still together. Preeta tells Shruti that Sherlyn and Prithvi were never separated before. Shruti explains that both Sherlyn and Prithvi have left here and Ranja behind, and if they are so close and they couldn't live without each other, then they should go and celebrate their love in a cave. Preeta says that it is not the time for joking because Prithvi is really clever and he has even trapped Kritika with his cleverness. Preeta says that Prithvi doesn't love Kritika because he is with Sherlyn, but Sherlyn is acting as if she is an helpless wife because Rishabh left her. Preeta tells Shruti that there are a lot of storms in the Luthra house, but they should solve them one at a time, and some of our important papers are about to come, and Shruti asks that how is Preeta going to give the papers when the schools are closed. Preeta says that she meant that the property papers are going to arrive at around dinner time, and she would announce it in front of everyone that the property papers are now in the house. Preeta says that she feels that they should give Prithvi some time because she is very sure that Prithvi will make a mistake of trying to steal the papers from her, and then she is going to catch Prithvi in the act and she would get him arrested. Shruti asks Preeta that what is the need to take such a risk because she knows that Prithvi is really clever and he might not fall for their plan. Preeta assures Shruti that she wants to remain strong and she would have to throw Prithvi out of the house, and Shruti agrees, and both Shruti and Preeta started praying that God should help them. In the night, Raki is preparing the dining table and Preeta arrives there. Raki apologized to Preeta because she was late to prepare the table, but Preeta also apologized to Raki for what happened to Mahesh because of her. Raki asks Preeta that there's nothing to be worried about, and Raki asks if Preeta has any feelings for her. Preeta replies that she doesn't have any feelings for Raki, and Raki leaves from there disappointed. After Raki leaves, Preeta started crying, saying that she cannot see Raki like this because she is really sad and she thinks that she is at fault, and this is unbearable. Shruti comes there and she advised Preeta to hide her emotions because it is not right and she needs to show her stubbornness so that their plans would work. Preeta wipes off her tears just as Karan is approaching, but Karan noticed that Preeta is crying, so Karan asks if Preeta is crying because she has to keep the property papers in the house. However, Preeta replies that it is nothing like that. The entire Luthra family sits at the dining table, and Sherlyn coming there says that she has gotten tired of this routine and she cannot eat with this strict routine. Shruti asks Preeta that what has gotten into Sherlyn, since everything concerning their eating is always on time since the time that Preeta made the role. Preeta tells Shruti that it is nothing to be worried about because she is permanently going to send Sherlyn out of the house very soon, and she remembered the threat that she gave to Sherlyn and Prithvi yesterday. Raki started serving the food to everyone, and Preeta is about to get up and help Raki, but Shruti stops Preeta. Preeta asks that what does Natasha thinks that is going on in this house since she came and sat at the dining table without doing anything, and Preeta orders Natasha to stand up and help Raki. Kritika also stands up to help Raki, and Girish comes there and gave Preeta the file of the property papers, saying that Preeta's lawyer gave the file to him. Preeta immediately takes the file from Girish, and Shruti asks Preeta that what is in the file. Preeta stops Shruti from checking the file, saying that she is going to tell her about the file in the room. However, Karan says that everyone knows that the file contains the property papers, and everyone looks at Preeta in shock. Okay guys, thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.